Hey, welcome everyone to a very special spooky edition here, the Halloween movie franchise. It's Big Kev, got Matt Ogden here with me, the cool, calm cat Matt. So we have Halloween Kills coming up October the 15th. You can either watch it on the theater or watch it on a streaming device called Peacock. So
I
you were
would
just
say,
telling me you were
what's
just
that?
telling me offline, Matt, that after they're done with the trilogy, they're thinking about doing Season of the Witch.
Well, that's what I've heard because I read something about they're interested in remaking that or something. So, I mean, I think if that's the direction they want to go to, like resurrect John Carpenter's idea after the whole Halloween saga thing with Michael Myers thing, I think it'd be the perfect time to do it because then they could go do Season of the Witch again, and then they could do all the other anthology series things. So I think it would be a perfect opportunity for them. I don't know what you think.
Well, I think the Season of the Witch was a really it was actually pretty good, as a whole. If you had
Yeah.
ever, if you,
If you eliminate the fact that it's called Halloween 3 and just consider it Season of the Witch, then yeah, I think it's good overall then. Do I think it's better than the first Halloween? No, but I think it's better than most of the other Halloweens that came after the second one, after the third. I think it's better than most of those. Like I would say it's better than Resurrection and all the other like that. I mean, it's kind of an underrated movie.
yeah. So let's dive into the first ever Halloween, 1978 Halloween. In your Halloween collection, Matt, where would you rank that?
I would probably say because it's the first one ever, I would
Right.
probably say that would probably be my number one right there because I think that's really what started it all. And that's basically, I mean, it wasn't the first slasher movie because you got Psycho, but I mean, it's kind of like the one that kind of influenced other movies that came after that. So, I mean, I would definitely say that's probably number one in my opinion.
That to me, the first ever Halloween was
Yeah.
one of the very first Halloweens that I ever saw. It was one of the very first horror films I ever saw.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, and I think one of the best things that I liked about the first Halloween was the fact that it wasn't. I mean, Michael Myers. People consider Michael Myers gore, if you think the blood and guts, but that first Halloween, he really wasn't blood and guts.
Right.
He didn't kill a lot of people. It was just
It's not
you
going to be
know,
like the ones coming out now. I mean, where you see a bunch of blood and gore.
right.
Not going to be
It was,
that. But I mean, he still killed like a good amount of people though. But I mean,
my favorite kill in that whole this there is me and Mel, we like to dissect horror films and certain kill scenes. But in the Halloween 1978, the original, there's a point where Annie goes and takes Lindsay over and across the street to see
yeah,
Tommy Doyle and Laurie. And the door was locked. Her car door was locked. And then all of a sudden she goes back to the car and the car door is unlocked. And then she's sitting there like, huh? I'm like, that should have told you right there.
yeah, someone was messing with you. Someone was there, so I mean that should have told you. But I mean, you know how most horror movies are, though. They always show you that they always like make the actors or actresses look stupid, and they always do stupid moves. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of like your typical horror movie people.
And I think with Carpenter though, I don't think he really like
Yeah,
I mean, like the budget for that movie was like $300,000. It was only like they shot it in 13 days. They only shot Donald Pleasance as Dr. Loomis for like I think they said maybe like 3 days.
yeah, because at that time wasn't it? I mean, at that time, Donald Pleasance was like one of the biggest. I mean, not a big name actor, but he was pretty much a big actor, probably. So I
Yeah,
mean, they can only shoot him for a certain amount of time, probably. Because I think wasn't he like wasn't he like the highest paid actor in that
Yeah,
movie? I mean,
I think they paid him additional 20,000.
so I mean, you got to understand that the fact that they only have him for 3 days, they had to do what they had to do with him. So they probably would have to pay him more if they would end up having him more days. So that's probably why he was just there for 3 days.
But originally, they wanted to have Peter Cushing
Yeah,
play Dr. Loomis, but because he did Star Wars like the year before, it's like
right.
why would I want to do Halloween for $300,000 when I just did Star Wars?
Right.
So that's then they try to go for Christopher Lee. Christopher Lee turned it down, and I'm just there thinking Donald Pleasance just worked. I mean, I couldn't see anybody else doing it. But then again, though, later in the show, we'll talk about Rob Zombies. Um,
Mm,
but the first Halloween, though, one thing I loved about it too was the camera angles they did. The
right.
We saw different camera shots. I think with this movie, Carpenter didn't want it. I don't think Carpenter wanted to do a sequel. I mean, like if he did, he wanted to do something that
Different.
was different. And we go right into Halloween 2. You know, when he wrote that script, he did it with like a bunch of alcohol, from what he claims. He did it with a bunch of alcohol. But
Wouldn't it be kind of funny though if he would have just said, like, started the anthology series right after that, like said, okay, I'm gonna make a new story up now, and just making everybody guess what happened with Michael Myers, like just make their conclusion of what they think would happen.
yeah, that would have been
Crazy.
fun. Yeah. I mean, the second one, to be honest with you, I actually liked the Halloween 2 in
Yeah,
1981. I actually do.
the second one was good.
Well, it's probably one of my favorite remake. It was probably one of my favorite sequels of the whole entire franchise because, I mean, that Michael was smaller, he was shorter, played by a different guy, but he was just like on point in that one. And then it gets to see like what happened that night, and when Carpenter was writing it, he was pressured by the studio to do something else. So at that time, Star Wars 2 came out and we all found out Luke, I'm your father with Darth Vader. So they're like, well, he felt pressured to put Michael and Laurie as brother and sister, something he didn't want to do, but he felt pressured to do it.
Because of the whole Star Wars thing.
Yeah, I think the studio, Universal Studio at the time, was like, yeah, you need to
Michael Myers.
Well, let's explain why Michael went after Laurie, and I think he wanted to keep Michael as an enigma. He didn't want to explain why Michael's doing what he's doing, but Halloween 2, though, it wasn't that bad. I mean, it was actually a cool continuation. It kind of explain why. To me, at that time, it explained why Michael went after Laurie.
Mm-hmm.
It had a nice little twist to it. And then at the end, though, we think, oh my God, they just blew up Dr. Loomis and Michael.
And that's pretty much what their plan was supposed to be, where they both die. But we all know what happened then. And then, I mean, obviously, I don't know how the hell they would pull it off, but I mean, they did, I guess. You could say they both were burnt up pretty bad. I guess that's what they were saying then. But I mean, that's how they were supposed to kill Michael off.
So me and Mel were doing a little study on Halloween 2. That young guy Jimmy, who was that one young EMT guy that was trying to help Laurie out. We were thinking about 1981 to 1998. We were sitting there thinking, because Laurie's, when we go up to H2O, Laurie's got a son, 17 years old. I'm wondering if that Jimmy guy was his dad.
Maybe.
That's kind of where I was going with. I was like, man, that could have been a cool story. Like that was actually his dad. But we go into Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. I mean, I know they call it Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, but I think fans were disappointed in that one because they were expecting Michael.
No, and they only saw Michael in the fucking one time where he was in the bar, and then he asked to change the channel. Michael Myers is on there,
Yeah,
and they basically said it was like what you call it, basically like it was its own movie.
I think if they would have called it Season of the Witch without being called Halloween 3,
That's what they should have did. Yeah,
it would have been really good. It would have been a good stand-up movie. Actually, I don't hate Halloween 3. I mean, it's.
right.
I mean,
I mean, at first, when you first saw it, and I remember when I first saw it, I was kind of disappointed too when I first saw it because I was like, oh, where's Michael Myers at? It's like, what the fuck's this? And I always wondered because they used to have all the Halloween movies on AMC, and I always wondered I always wondered where the hell's Halloween 3? Ain't that supposed to be the one with Michael Myers? And then I finally see it on AMC, and then it fucking doesn't have Michael Myers in it. I was like, where the hell is Michael Myers?
Oh man, the cool thing too about Halloween 3 is if you ever listen to synthwave music, John Carpenter's the godfather of that. But the one thing about Halloween 3 I heard in Halloween Kills, if you look at one of the Halloween Kills trailer, you get to see that pumpkin mask.
And the witch and the skull one too.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty cool little homage there.
Yeah, little Easter egg. Pretty for you.
Now, the one thing too about Halloween 3 Season of the Witch was I still like the fact that guy was on the phone telling him, stop it, stop it, stop it.
Right. Yeah, that's an underrated movie. Like, it took me time to get used to it, but then after a while, then I was like, yeah, this is a good movie if you just eliminate the fact that it doesn't have Michael Myers and it's all Halloween 3.
Well, I think if they would have just kind of made it to where you explain where Michael was at, maybe like in the beginning of it, they could have just had Michael and Dr. Loomis being like sent to a hospital or something. I mean, they didn't have to have Michael in the actual movie, but in the beginning, they could have done something like, oh shit, they took Michael and they took Loomis to the hospital, and that's something that they probably could have added in there, but. I think at that point, when they were talking about doing Halloween 4, at that point, Carpenter and Deborah Hill, they already signed their rights over. They were done.
Yeah.
So they go into Halloween 4 10 years later. At that point, Jamie Lee Curtis has already established herself as a big actress. So at that point,
they were able to get her.
You got to do that. So then they bring in Jamie Lloyd, Danielle Harris, which I've met Danielle Harris. She is not really a friendly person.
Oh, really?
So, no. She was
really? What?
She was quite the bitch.
What happened? Was like you met her like a comic con or something?
We met her a couple of years ago. Me and Mel did at a tattoo horror fest here. And she was in the same booth as that Laurie Strode from Rob Zombie, and like Scout, Scout was a sweetheart, but Danielle Harrison for some odd reason was really not a very.
Maybe she was on the series.
What's up? Sage of Six Paths. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, I mean, the one thing about Halloween 4, I like the fact that it was 10 years. They brought back Michael Myers because that was a really good, successful. That was a good, successful movie. Actually, like if you look at the box office from a standpoint, it was actually successful. I didn't really like Michael's mask in the movie, to be honest with you. I thought it was like, oh come on now, they could have done something better with that mask. It looked like something. It looked like something you would find over there at Walmart. Halloween.
Yeah.
But you know what's cool though? I like the story they did with Halloween 4. I mean, they looked at it like, okay, Laurie Strode died in a car accident. She had a daughter. Her daughter was adopted.
Yeah.
Michael's after his niece now, and this is the first time you see Michael really after a kid.
Right.
So,
Wait.
and then and I thought when I watched Halloween 4, I thought they were going to kill Michael off for good, and then when she touched Michael's hand, I thought that she was going to be the killer.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it made it look like. She was going to be the killer at the end. That's what they should have did. If they were going to kill him off for good, in that
Right.
movie, they should have made her like the killer and like go through her sequence. I mean, they fucked that opportunity up though. I think that would have been a good opportunity too. I think that would have saved those last. I think that would have made Halloween 4 a little better, and Halloween 5 could have been like with her as the killer.
But what's cool about Halloween 4 is they explain, well, that night of Halloween 2, Loomis was severely burned, Michael was severely burned.
Yeah.
Then they explained that, and but when you see the ending of Halloween 4, you see Dr. Loomis screaming no, and you see the girl, you see Jamie Lloyd
Right.
standing there with the clown mask on and the clown outfit, the same one that her uncle wore, and she just got done stabbing her stepmom or her adopted mom. So
So that was crazy.
then they rushed it in there because the movie made money. They went to go do Halloween 5.
Yeah, they did it a year later too.
Yeah.
They rushed it too fast. They should have waited till like 1990 or something or 91 and did Halloween 5.
Well, the bad thing about doing it was when they did Halloween 5, they did it. They had it come out right around the time that Halloween they were doing production when Halloween 4 was out in theaters.
Right.
And it was like you're competing against yourself now. I mean, it's kind of like,
Right.
why would you want to compete against yourself? I mean, you're doing this franchise, you want to make sure that you're not competing with yourself, but they did. And if you think the Halloween Mask at 4 was bad, Halloween 5 was just as worse. I mean,
Yeah.
why would they have Jamie Lloyd as a mute? They had her as a mute girl who could basically she had a telepath to Michael. I think that's what they did was, instead of her when she touched when she touched his hand, they had it to where now she can see where her uncle's going, like what he's doing. And
Right.
but I was like you, man. I wish that they just would have let her just be the killer. I thought that would have been pretty cool. But actually,
Yeah, and then she's in the hospital, but then mental hospital, and then they find out the girl, she didn't kill her stepmom. She just stabbed her and injured her, I guess. I mean,
yeah,
I guess they were like, yeah, we can't make her the killer, I guess. So
cannot make her the killer. Nope.
I guess Michael Myers had to live. So
But the Halloween 5, I think, was probably one of the weakest in the franchise. I
yeah,
would say.
definitely.
Yeah, it was. I didn't like Tina on there. Tina was annoying as shit.
You know,
It's like, kill that girl, man. When he was going after Tina, I was like, kill Tina, kill her.
he almost did it. I mean, I thought they were gonna do it when she went to the gas station, then came back, and he's put
That's
on the
what.
mask.
Yeah,
And the cops
yeah.
stop her. They could have had a perfect opportunity with that too. They could have had it like where she comes in the car, and then she says, "Why did you change that mask I gave you to wear?" And then he just stabs her right there.
If I was writing it, I would have stabbed her right then.
They fucked that opportunity up. Definitely fucked it up.
And when you see the ending of Halloween 4 too, you see all those gunshots that Michael took, and those were not like regular little pistol guns. These are like shotguns, rifles, assault rifles.
Right. And they still make it like where Michael survived, so all that.
Right.
I don't understand it.
Well, I think what's cool about Halloween 6, they kind of explain why Michael was doing what he's doing. They had in Halloween 5, they had the guy in all black show up,
And
and he ended up taking Jamie Lee and taking Jamie Lloyd and taking Michael. And you come to find out that it's someone that Dr. Loomis knows is another doctor.
right.
And the one thing about Halloween 6 was I like the fact that they introduced an Ant-Man, a guy that plays Ant-Man, Paul Rudd.
Right.
They introduce him as Tommy Lloyd. So we get to see we get to see Tommy from the first time since Halloween 1. You get to see him.
Right.
And you get the Strodes. You got the Strodes again. This time I think the Strodes is I think this is the Strodes' brother. Like they're both realtors. So now you get to see the Strode family, and you got and the daughter has a little son who's got a little bit of Michael in him. If you see him, he's a little. You've seen Halloween 6, right, Mike? Right, Matt?
Yeah, I seen it.
Yeah. Well, I've seen the director's cut version of it too, and that one's more gorier than the actual.
I saw that one too.
My favorite scene in that movie, and it's mine and Mel's both favorite scene, is the part where he's electrocuting them.
Oh yeah, in the basement.
Yeah, that one's just pure classic. When I saw that, I'm like, yes. But the one thing is that Daniel Harris didn't come back for that one. She was going to, but then when they said they were going to kill Jamie Lloyd off, they were going to kill her off like that. Daniel Harris didn't want to be a part of it because at that point you're like, wow. So she's only going to be in there for it makes you wonder what the hell did they do to them, because they never explained it, because Jamie Lloyd now has a daughter. And I'm sitting there thinking, wow, they kidnapped her while she was a little girl. Like, did they impregnate her, or did Michael impregnate her or something? Or they never explained it.
Nope.
I mean, I don't know if there was some incest going on there or not, but I mean, it kind of seemed that way to me. But the one thing I did like about Halloween 6, the one thing I gave him credit for was they trying to explain why Michael did what he did, what the whole thorn thing. I think they tried to explain it, which was pretty cool that they tried to explain it. But I'm sitting there like, I can't get behind a thorn. I mean, I just don't see.
Yeah.
I just don't see that. But where would you rank Halloween 6 in your category? Like, where would you put Halloween 6?
Are we including all of them?
Yeah, all of them. I'm just kind of curious where you would put Halloween 6 at.
I would say it's better. I'd like it better than. I don't like it better. I would say I like it better than 4 and 5. I would probably put it maybe at like number 4, number 5. I think. I don't know.
Okay.
It's kind of. I don't know. It's kind of hard to where I put that, but I definitely don't put it up too high. Or I don't know, where would you put it?
Oh man, I would probably put it at number 5 or 6 as well. Like
Number 5 or 6 is definitely the perfect spot for it.
Yeah, that's where I would add it into my collection. It would be, and that's what we're going to do at the end. We're going to actually do our 1 through. But then we go into H2O, 20 years after the first one. Jamie Lee decides, hey, you know what? Let's do it again. And then she tried to talk John Carpenter and Deborah Hill into coming back. They decided not to. But John Carpenter still gets royalties because 1, he came up with the character, and 2, the music. So obviously he gets some royalties from the film. But H2O kind of takes a little bit of the story from the 4th one and ties into it. Oh, well, Laurie Strode faked her death, staged a car accident. and you bring back the nurse from the first one and the second one who was taking care of Dr. Loomis. And she's got all the files over there, and Michael's smart enough to go right after her house and ransack it and steal it. And so you find out that she has changed her name to Miss Tate, and she's now a head mistress at a school in California. And you find out about why she thinks her dead, but then you find out how much drugs she takes, like how many pills that she takes from 20 years after being murdered. I mean, almost coming after. So, we get Josh Hartnett as her son. What I thought was cool though about H2O was they had her mom. They had Jamie Lee Curtis's real mom in there that played in Psycho, and they had the car from Psycho that she was put in that pit in.
Wow.
Now, if you go back and watch the movie, that car that she goes into when she goes, "Hey, Miss Tate, Happy Halloween," that car is the same car when she plays Marion Crane, and when Norma Bates kills her and puts her in that swamp, it's the same exact car.
Oh, wow.
So I thought that was a really cool homage to Psycho right there. What'd you think of H2O? Like, did you?
I thought it was definitely one of the best, but I think what would have made it perfect would have been the ending if they would have had where Michael Myers finally dies there.
Well, that's what they kind of make it seem like, because when I saw it in theaters, everybody thought that was the end because she chopped his head off with the axe. They weren't talking about doing another Halloween. They're like, okay, we already did it with her. We're good. But,
Right.
in Hollywood, whenever a movie makes money.
Yep, definitely wants to keep the ball rolling.
They want to keep the ball rolling. And some of the kills that he did in there, I love the kill that he did with Laurie's boyfriend in there, the little psychiatrist, when he stabbed him and he was just like convulsing. I thought that was a really good kill scene there. And then especially the girl that was in that little elevator shaft and got her leg broke from it, like squashing her and stuff. I thought that was a pretty good kill scene. And plus we got LL Cool J in that movie. I mean, so that was he's a lot better actor than Busta Rhymes.
I'll give him credit over Busta Rhymes, yeah.
So I was watching a video the other day where they were talking about the unseen Halloween films that they were going to work on.
Right.
And apparently they were going to bring LL Cool J's character back with Busta Rhymes after Resurrection, and they were going to have them two like chase down Michael. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, what we're going to do? We're going to add the rap guys into the Halloween franchise here now. And that's what we're going to do.
Was that one of their ideas to do it?
Yeah, it was Halloween 9.
God, they didn't do that. It took them a long time to do another Halloween movie, though. I mean, they did do the remakes, but I mean, I'm saying like original.
Well, yeah, that one, Halloween H2O came out in 98. Resurrection came out in 2002. At that point, Jamie Lee Curtis, she said to herself, okay, I'm done with the horror franchise now. I did my thing. And we go into Resurrection. It shows that, Laurie killed the wrong man. And now she's in a mental hospital. She's not taking her pills. She's preparing for when Michael comes back, which he does. How the hell he finds out where she's at is beyond me. They never really explain that, how he does that, but that's why he's an enigma. You don't ever understand it. But he goes to the hospital. He goes to the mental ward. She has him dead to rights. But because she made that mistake, because Michael was grabbing his face, he was smart enough to grab his face, made that mistake. He ends up fighting her, stabs her in the back. She ends up kissing him, saying, I see you in hell. Yeah. I honestly thought if you saw when she falls, I was almost honestly, I thought that would have been cool if she would have kept going and they would explain that, okay, Lori survived.
Yeah.
And then Lori's going to come and start chasing down Michael with, like, I thought that would have been a really cool, that would have been a cool thing at the end if she would have showed up at the Myers house and been like, hello, Michael. And then they just could have killed them both.
Yeah.
But no, we go into that. Michael's finally wanting to go back home. So he goes back to Haddonfield. Little does he know that Busta Rhymes is hosting some kind of television show where they're going to be having all these contestants going into the Myers house.
Which was supposed to be put on, wasn't supposed to be real. They were just going to have Busta Rhymes dressed up as Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Make it look like it's real.
Kung Fu Busta. Now,
and then what was it? They all said the guy was like, this isn't, all the other people think this is whole entertainment and it's not real. And then the one guy says, oh, this is real. We got to call police or something. Or help them or something. It's like,
yeah, it was actually kind of cool because they had that Halloween party, but the kids were more interested in what was going on with the Michael Myers thing than they were about having their own damn party. I thought that was actually a pretty funny.
Yeah.
And Michael's over there. No, honestly, Resurrection is not one of my favorites, but I like the concept of what they were doing.
Yeah. But they just approached it the wrong way.
They approached it the wrong way. And they should never. The one thing was they had Michael Myers. The one scene that I still bust out laughing was the part where Michael comes in there and Busta Rhymes dresses up like Michael. Goes, yo, man, what the fuck, man? You know, I'm supposed to be the Michael Myers, man.
Yeah.
And he just looks at him and it tells him to go away, and he goes away. But there should be no reason why Busta Rhymes should be doing ninja kicks to Michael Myers. There should be no reason why. There should be a spinning back kick from Busta Rhymes to Michael Myers. I mean, honestly, I just look at it like that. That there's no reason for it. But it didn't really explain the girl, too, because they explained why Michael was after that girl. And I'm sitting thinking it would have been nice if you would have found out that girl was related to Lori somehow.
Right. God, that would have been funny.
You know, I mean, yeah, that could have been like, you know, he's going after this girl for no reason. It's like, you know, we know why he went after Jamie Lloyd. We know why he went after Laurie Strode, but you didn't explain why you're going after that girl. So, I thought that was going to be the end of Michael too, because then they electrocuted him and burned him up again. So this is the second time he got burned.
Yeah, but then they show you with his eyes opening and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, shit.
So all I kept hearing was after that movie, they were going to make a Halloween 9. Halloween 9. That's all I kept hearing. And then in 2007, Rob Zombie decides to take over the franchise.
Right.
It does Rob Zombie's Halloween. Now, one thing I did love about that movie was the concept of how Michael became Michael.
Right.
I thought that was a really cool concept. Now, they would have made that just as a prequel.
Instead
of like a prequel remake.
Yeah.
They would have made it as a prequel. I think that movie would have stand on its own.
Yep.
Pretty well. But, you know, I'm a big fan of Rob Zombie. I like Rob Zombie. I like most of his movies. But
this one he definitely should have left alone though.
This one he changed everything. You know, Michael's killing. You know, we don't see Laurie's, you know, step parents much in the first one. All you see is her dad go, "Hey, don't forget to drop the keys off to the Myers house."
And then you never see him again. You
never see him again. You never see their mom either. Well, this one, you know, they had the mom and the dad both get slaughtered.
Wow.
Annie was supposed to die in the original, and they made sure that Annie survived until Halloween 2. A lot of people don't know this, that the guy that played Sheriff Brackett does the voice of Chucky.
No, really?
Yeah, yeah, that's the Brad
Are you
Dourif.
talking about the remake?
Yeah, the remake share bracket. Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He does do Chucky. Yeah, he's actually a pretty good voice actor.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I thought they could've had him do it for the remake. Didn't they have didn't they make a new Chucky movie or something? And they had Mark Hamill do it or something.
Yeah, I saw that one. Me and Mel weren't impressed with that one. That was like Mark Hamill playing a different kind of Chucky, but not the Chucky that you see on TV. The TV show Chucky, obviously, he's got the original Chucky back. So
Wait, so he's gonna be in the original Chucky series is he's gonna be doing it?
yeah, Brad Dourif, yeah, the guy that originally played Chucky, is in the TV show. Yep.
Oh wow.
But the Rod Zombie Halloween was well, they just made Michael unstoppable, man. Tyler Mane, I met him too. That dude is huge in person. I mean, we're talking like, and I know he used to be a wrestler actually.
Oh wow.
So they made this Michael like unstoppable, going through buildings and just this unstoppable force that just couldn't do anything. And the one thing I did like at the end of it though was like, I thought that was going to be the ending of it because Laurie shoots him in the head.
Right.
So I'm like, wow. We get to see him attack Dr. Loomis. Malcolm McDowell playing Dr. Loomis. That was an interesting choice because if anyone's seen Clockwork Orange, you know why I'm saying that.
Yeah.
So what do you think of Rob Zombie's remake? His tale of it.
I'm gonna lie, I agree with you the part with the whole prequel part, but
Mm-hmm.
besides that, I wasn't really much of a big fan of those ones. I mean, my opinion.
Halloween
I
2
mean,
was Halloween 2 was a shitstorm.
yeah. And then remember we were talking about that before a while back. We were saying about the whole having Michael Myers unmasked and then he finally talks and says die or something.
Yes, yes. Now
Mm.
the one thing about that Michael Myers thing was that they made him look like a homeless man, like a
Yeah.
homeless Viking.
Oh god.
He was just walking around with his beard all hanging down and just the hood over his head, and just then he wasn't like I remember those rednecks that found him in the woods and they started beating him up until he puts the mask on, and then he goes ape shit on him, ape shit on the girl that ends up eating the dog.
So I like they make it look like real stupid.
Now, I think that kill scene in the beginning of the second one when he's in the hospital and he stabs that black woman. I mean, I counted that. I think that had to been at least 14, 15 times.
Mm.
He was like the girl.
Right.
And in this one, they made Dr. Loomis all about the money. Like he wrote another book. He's pretty much making money off of Haddonfield, making money off of Laurie.
Right.
We found out that Laurie's got another telekinesis powers that she sees her mom. She sees Michael and sees what he does, and it's just it was hard for me to understand it because at the end of that, when she's over there smirking inside there, I think, okay, well now they're finally gonna make Laurie the killer.
Right.
Rob Zombie was talking about doing a third one finally, and it was like, oh wow, okay, well they're gonna have Laurie be the killer. So then they were talking about doing another Halloween where Rob Zombie wasn't going to direct it, but they were going to bring back Tyler Mane as Michael, and they were going to bring back Scout as Laurie. But they couldn't get the feet off; they couldn't get it off the ground.
Mm.
So for a couple years, we didn't hear anything. And then Blumhouse decides to take over, buys the rights.
Right.
John Carpenter comes back as producer. And in 2018, we got Halloween, which wasn't a remake.
It was a reboot.
It was a reboot and a continuation of the first Halloween. And they take away the story now. Everybody was so used to her being Michael's sister. This one, they found out was a rumor. He was not.
Right.
And Lori was a badass. She's over there living in the middle of the woods. She's got
Right.
she's got all these booby traps. She's got all these guns. Lori's Lori's estranged from her daughter and her granddaughter. Michael, after the first night, they show okay when Dr. Loomis shoots him off the roof, off the terrace.
Right.
They're pretty much saying that he got arrested again. They blocked him back up.
Yeah, it was
That was a little weird for me. That was a little weird for me. Like, wow, they locked him back up. What? You know, you locked him back up. How the hell did you lock him back up? Because from what I saw on the first one, he shoots him and he goes back and looks and he shows that the body's not there no more.
right. I guess they found him in the running around or something. They locked him back up. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. But what I thought was cool about it was the fact when that guy comes and he doesn't think that Michael was this bad guy like everybody thinks. And he decides to pull out that mask when those dogs started barking and all those mental patients start going crazy. There's something about that mask that gives Michael his power. There's something about it that
Right.
I think it's cool that Lori's everybody thinks Lori's the town crazy.
Right.
You know, she's went for a traumatic. If you think about that as a person, going through a traumatic episode like that can really mentally fuck with you. And I think that that's what they did with this when they made it seem like it was she's mentally went through hell.
Right.
You know, and that's something I thought was really cool. I thought the kill scenes were really good though. They just made Michael like fucking crazy. Remember when that bus got crashed? He ended up killing that kid.
Yeah.
I mean, he just ended up killing a kid. I'm like,
You never seen Michael Myers kill a kid before, and then you see it in this. It's like Michael Myers has no remorse towards anyone.
well, he's also older too, so maybe he's just got a little bit of senile. He's like, I'm just tired of people, and he's going into houses, just killing anybody he saw. I'm like, man, he went in there and just chomping at the bits, and then we found out that the doctor that used to study under Dr. Loomis is actually crazy.
Yeah, that was the crazy part right there. Make him into like a psychopath.
And there's a point where they catch Michael, and he's in that squad car with his I guess you want to say his. I mean, well, they're not related, so obviously Lori's granddaughter. He doesn't even kill her then. He has an opportunity to kill Lori's granddaughter. Doesn't kill her at that point.
Right.
So they go to the house. You know, Lori's daughter's husband gets killed. Then they have all these booby traps and stuff set up.
Yeah, they said there was somebody at my job the other night.
What was that, Matt?
What's that? Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty.
And then some of that cool little thing they had with the table underneath. That was actually a pretty cool little place to hide. Actually, I thought that was a good thing, though. It was a good thing that her daughter started to fight back as well. I thought it was a cool homage, though, that they played in the original when Lori, instead of Michael going through the glass and over the terrace, Lori went over the terrace.
Right.
And then when Michael went to look, Lori was gone. I thought that was a pretty cool little homage to the original there.
Yeah.
And the sheriff in that one was actually he was a deputy to Sheriff Brackett. So But then they finally trap Michael in this booby trap, and they get in. They flag down a truck. They're in the back of this truck, and the house is burning. So we're all thinking, "Wow, okay." Michael's getting burnt again, not for the first time, not the second time, but the third time.
Yeah.
So now enters Halloween Kills, which was supposed to come out last year, but because of the pandemic, they pushed it back to October the 15th. Now, some people have already seen it. I've seen some reviews on it. Some people
So
say this is the most glorious Halloween.
if they get to see like a screen or something.
Yeah, I think some people have already seen it already, and they haven't spoiled it, obviously. But from what I can tell people, is the original Lindsay Wallace from the first Halloween is actually going to be playing Lindsay in this one. The original Dr. Loomis's nurse is going to be in this one. Sheriff Brackett is back in this one.
Mm-hmm.
The original Sheriff Brackett. Now they don't have the original Tommy, but I think they got Michael Anthony Hall playing. The premise of this movie is the whole townspeople's after Michael. Like the entire town's after him. And all Michael wants to do is just go back to his house. That's all he wants to do. But from what I saw in the trailer, man, that was a really cool kill scene with the firefighters. So Halloween Kills, if anyone doesn't want to see it in the theaters, if you do have Peacock, if you get the $4.90, if you have the $4.99 or the $9.99 version, you can see Halloween Kills in the comfort of your own home. Or you can go to the theater and see it. I'm probably just going to watch it at home, but that's my opinion for it. I think this is going to be. I'm actually glad that they're doing a trilogy with Halloween, and Laurie, Jamie Lee decided to come back and do all three of these.
And then after that, then Jamie Lee Curtis is pretty much done with horror movies.
Yeah, she might be done with movies in general because I noticed she writes books, but
maybe that's very cool. Man. I think the last one she's probably her and Michael Myers are going to die in it.
So if you were writing Halloween Ends, would you have her kill Michael, or would you have it somewhere where she makes a sacrifice and both of them die?
That's good. I'd make it where they both make a sacrifice and both of them die.
Because if you're not planning to make any more Halloween films with Michael, kill him. Just seriously kill him off. I mean, I like the fact that the new generation of young adults and teenagers have a chance to see Michael again. They got an opportunity to see what we all got to see.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Halloween Kills is definitely going to be fun to watch.
Yeah.
So Matt, we're gonna play this little game with the Halloween now. So now we get to go from. We haven't seen Halloween Kills yet, so we can't put that in there. Not yet. I'll wait until Halloween ends and then do a big giant Halloween trilogy. Like, okay, who? Then we can change our numbers.
Yeah.
So we've had let's see, H2O, Resurrection. We've had 11 Halloween films, 12 about to come out now.
Mm.
Do you want to put Season of the Witch in this category, or should we just take it out?
I mean, I guess we could put it in there because they did call it Halloween, so I guess we put Season of the Witch in.
Okay.
And they kind of acknowledge it in the Halloween Kills in a way, so I guess we put it in there too that way too.
Now, What would if you want to go first, Matt, or I can go first? It doesn't matter.
I mean, you could go first.
So number one for me still will be the original 1978.
Yep.
Number two is I like the 2018 Halloween.
Yep.
From what I've seen of Halloween Kills so far, I think that's probably going to be that's either going to be number two or three for me.
Yeah.
I'm also go ahead and put it as three for right now, just to kind of leave it there. Halloween 2, the original, will be number four for me. H2O will be number five. Halloween 6 would be number six. Rod Zombie's Halloween would be number seven. Number 8 would be Halloween 4. Number 9 would be Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Mhm.
Number 10 would be Halloween Resurrection. And then the number 11 would be Halloween 5. And number 12 would be Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Oh, wow. I would say probably my number one would be the original. Number two would be Halloween Kills. Number three, are we? We're also going to include the newest one, even though we haven't seen it yet.
How we can add Halloween Kills in there if you want to. I mean, it's
I mean, we haven't really seen it yet, so I mean, it would make no sense. But I'd probably say, okay, one original, two Halloween Kills, three Halloween 2. I would say 4 Halloween H2O, 5 Halloween 3, 6 Halloween 6, 7 Halloween 4, 8 Halloween 5. What is there? I'd say 9 probably Halloween the reboot. What else is there? 10, I would say. Where would I put? I kind of lost track of where it was at.
Did you say Halloween 5 yet?
Yeah, I already said Halloween 5.
And you said the original Halloween 2, right?
No, the original Halloween 2, and then I put the remake in. I would say 10 probably.
You haven't done Resurrection or the 2 Rod Zombies yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say 10 probably Halloween the remake with Rob Zombie.
Okay.
11, I would say Resurrection, and then what would be the second Rob Zombie movie. That's how I would do it.
Wow. I just think Halloween Ends would be the 13th Halloween film.
Right.
Now, the Friday 13th lawsuits come off, so now they're talking about making another one of those. So,
Well, so they're gonna remake Friday the 13th also.
they probably will. But before I end this stream, though, I have to ask you. I know we both watch American Horror Story, but
Right.
what do you think about the alien part so far?
I think it's kind of confusing in a way, where they all get pregnant or something. What do you think about it so far? Don't you think it seems kind of? I don't think it's better than the first part.
That's not better than the first part. I like the beginning of it, with
Right.
Eisenhower and Mia Earhart and all that. But then they went to the present day and they confused the hell out of me.
Right. That's
So-
what confused me. I thought they should have just stuck with the past. But I guess the present they got to show. I guess what happens now.
So again, everybody, if you want to see Halloween Kills, if you feel like if you've been vaccinated and you want to go to the theater, then obviously
Go to the theater.
if you want to go to the theater, just go to the theater. I mean, when I thought we were originally going to go to the theater, but then when I found out that it was going to be on Peacock, and I was like, well, we have Peacock.
Right.
You know, the only thing I would tell anybody is if you don't have Peacock, if you got the $4.99 version, you will probably have ads in the beginning before the movie starts.
Right.
If you have the $9.99 one, there won't be any ads at all. So you can just clearly.
Which one do you got? $4.99 or $9.99?
We got the 4.
Oh, so you're gonna have to see the ads then.
Let's see ads
Are
in
they
the.
gonna have it before the movie starts, or are they gonna have like the ads like during parts of the movie? Are they gonna have ads pop up there, or how's that gonna work?
I think for this movie, they're gonna most of them on there. You see the ads beginning of the movie
Okay,
before it starts, and then you just watch it all the way through. So I think for this one they'll probably just do that.
Hopefully, that'd be kind of fucked stupid if they had like ads already showing, even when the movie was going on. That's just my opinion.
You know, were you since we're talking about Halloween, would you rank Michael ahead of Jason and Freddy, or would you put him behind them, or where would you rank Michael?
I would put him ahead of Jason and Freddy, and then I would say probably Jason number 2, and then Freddy number 3.
Freddy gets no love. You know what's interesting is that Freddy might be Mr. Moohead.
Might be that insane bastard.
Hey man, you know we can't fault him because you know he's got the man boobies,
Right.
and
He's got the mail order bride.
Yeah,
But ain't it sad though? He brought her all the way here, and he loves his dog more than he loves his wife. Ain't that sad?
Hey, you know, one thing I will honestly say to him is that the Cleveland Browns, they were a playoff team last year, and they got away with some games last year. I saw some, and apparently Jagging Off also talked about that the Titans need to be suspended for cheating as well. And I'm sitting there thinking, we won 37-19. How is that cheating?
There's no cheating, just the fact that they suck.
Well, you know, it's kind of sad though when the Jaguars coach is more worried about touching women than he is about coaching. So I mean, I'm just gonna.
Yeah, he's probably going to be next. Gruden is already gone now. He's going to be going next. What they said he's gone because he called the commissioner in his emails a faggot or something.
Yep.
Wow. His commissioner must be butthurt or something.
Yeah. Before we go, I'll add this into the title. But what do you think about the whole John Gruden situation?
I think it's kind of, I don't know. I think it's just, what was like, those emails were like so old, but I guess they have to make a statement, I guess, because they have a gay player on their team. So they can't really side with him, I guess.
But the one thing I'm trying to figure out is how these people got a hold of his emails in the first place.
They must have hacked into his phone or something.
Well, we do live in a woke society now where you can't get away with saying stuff. And I think he called somebody from ESPN a pussy.
Right.
And then he used the fag word to describe the commissioner in the NFL, which is, I mean, And Gruden with the Raiders were actually doing pretty well too.
right? And now they gotta probably have Gus Bradley as their interim head coach.
I'll say this though, Gruden's time as a coach is done. There's yeah,
There's no coming back from this.
he won't be able to coach in the college leagues, and I feel bad for his brother Jay Gruden because I know he still is like an assistant coach in the NFL, and it's like
Right.
people are gonna start thinking something about. People are gonna start thinking, well, the apple don't fall from the tree. They're gonna start looking at Jay, and it's gonna be hard for his brother to get any jobs.
Right.
But you know, you know what that lesson tells you is watch what you say watch what you say in the past because your past can come back.
Right. And I think it's also now it's gotta be now it's turning into kind of now what you say now in the present too, because
Yep.
we live in a PC world now where everything's political correctness. Can't say this, do this. I mean, for Christ's sake, they fucking made the fucking Cleveland Indians and Washington Redskins change their names. I mean, is this what we're coming down to now? Our teams got to change their names. And then what's next? We're gonna have fucking we got to change the Chicago Bears because that's offensive towards Bears. Peter's gonna come step in and stuff like that now.
Well, I won't be surprised when the Braves change their name or when the Chiefs change their name too.
I mean, it'd be kind of hypocritical because they told us to change our names. So,
And by the way, though, there's also something about Houston. Yeah, man, about the Astros got in trouble again for
cheating.
for cheating with their little play calls, like their little signs. And I mean, those Astros, they love to cheat.
Well, sadly, they're going on to the ALCS, but hopefully the Red Sox beat the shit out of them.
To be honest with you, and I was telling Stephen Rose this, that I believe that they should get that taken away and the White Sox should go.
Yeah, they should.
You know, that's getting to a point where you're encouraging these teams to be able to do whatever they want to do. And I do, and I know I'm a Yankees fan and I hate the Red Sox, but I want to see the Red Sox beat the snot.
All right.
The Astros. I mean, I really do.
All right.
There's a video coming up soon on Steven's channel where apparently Social Security wants to debate me against the LeBron versus Michael.
Oh, really? Is that what it's coming? So you and Social Security are going to do that?
Yeah, you know, he's a big Laker fan, and LeBron's in LA, and
Maybe that's why he's saying LeBron. One probably before he probably said Jordan was better than LeBron. Now I'm saying because LeBron's there.
right.
LeBron's better now because he plays for my team.
Yeah, well, the Lakers got no excuse this year.
Right. Not at all.
I mean, you got Russell Westbrook on your team. You got Anthony Davis. You got Dwight Howard. You got LeBron James on there. There's no reason.
When you look back at LeBron's legacy, I mean, I'm happy he played for my Heat, but when you look back on his legacy, it's going to show he needed a superstar team in order to win championships. So,
Yep.
I mean, looking back on it, definitely not going to be a good sign. But I guess, and include for him, I guess he don't care because he's going to win championships.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Well, one thing I told Stephen Rose was that, you know, if Michael didn't retire back in '93,
They don't win those championships.
the Bulls would have beaten the Rockets.
Yep, in those two finals. So.
That would have been 8 championships for the Bulls. Jordan would have won 8 championships, and the Bulls have never went to a 7-game series in the NBA Finals, and Jordan also played in a league where teams were tougher. And what's up, Leon? I was going to ask you though, Ogden. I know that you're a big CM Punk fan. Have you been watching AEW?
Yeah, I've been watching some of it. I mean, I've been watching like how fans do. They just watch like their peak parts of it on YouTube. I've been watching like that. I think it's kind of good that AEW, but I mean, there's still ratings. I think rating wise, they're still not better than WWE's.
Well, the one thing about this the one thing about the CM Punk thing was that it's
Yep.
I think what gathered him to come back is when he was doing those when he was working for the WWE and that well, he was hired by Fox to do the WWE backstage, and then he started filming that show Heels, that the guy that plays the guy that used to play Green Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
He was on that show doing some wrestling stuff, and I think that kind of opened up the door for Punk to kind of be like, you know. Oh, I don't know if you. I know you got Netflix. Have you seen that Undertaker thing on there yet?
No, I haven't seen it yet. Is it good?
Me and Mel played the game. It's an interactive game where the New Day goes in trying to steal Undertaker's urn, and they're trying to like.
What is it like? You go on Netflix and it's like a game or something?
It's like a movie slash interactive game. Like there's a point where you get to follow one member of New Day. Like if you want to follow Big E, and then they can go back. Then you can press back and redo it and go like, oh, well, okay, well, I'm going to follow Kofi or I'm going to follow Xavier.
Wow.
But Undertaker does get physical in there.
Wow.
So it's actually a really cool little thing. It was actually it's cool to see Taker. I mean, anything with Undertaker, I'm down for.
Right. But he's definitely retired.
I'm kind of like you, Matt, with the whole situation. Like, if there's something on a wrestling show, like if I see somebody I like, I'll only go on YouTube and I'll watch that clip. Honestly, I really don't pay attention to anything else.
Like WWE doesn't fucking feel like they're desperately need to call the Undertaker back so he can come and do one more match or something. I don't want it to be like that. Maybe like make an appearance or something, but not like do a match.
Well, Undertaker did an interview recently where this guy asks him, "Are you done?" And he says, "Well, you never officially can say you're done." Right. But he says, as far as my time in the ring, yeah, I'm not.
He's not saying he's not done with WWE though, but he's just saying he's done doing matches though.
Right.
Wrestling wise. I mean, eventually it's got to come to a point where like everybody has their time, and the Undertaker done it for 30 years in WWE, and I mean, it was only fitting that he retired, and basically retired the same day on the same day he debuted it. So 30 years later. I mean,
apparently this November, the Survivor Series is going to be doing 25 years of the Rock.
Yeah.
And they're saying that the Rock's supposed to show up for Survivor Series. I'll believe it when I see it. But
I mean, I'm guessing they're going to have Roman Reigns beat Brock Lesnar then at Crown Jewel, and it's going to set up the Rock versus Roman, I guess.
If they can get the Rock for WrestleMania against Roman, they need to do it. I mean, that's your big key matchup, but I don't expect Brock to beat Roman. No.
He's not gonna beat Roman because they already get so much invested in on his story. Right? They'll do something where they'll make it look like the Brock's not make it look like he got screwed over or something.
Well, The Rock, if they did The Rock and Roman, it fits better because they're doing the whole head of the table family thing, and
they're not going to do Brock versus The Rock because they already did that before.
Well, they were supposed to do a second one after WrestleMania 29, but then that's when The Rock got hurt in that match with Cena, and he tore his
Yeah.
He did that hernia and tore some pelvis bone, and that's why they did. The WrestleMania 30 was supposed to be Brock versus The Rock too, but
Then it was supposed to be Brock versus The Rock. They had to change it to Undertaker versus Brock.
yeah, which probably would have never ended the streak. So that
We probably would have had Roman Reigns beat the streak, though.
they probably would have at that point. Yeah.
I guess I'm kind of happy that Brock broke it and not Roman.
Well, at that time, Brock was the only legible guy that could do it. I mean, unless you would have done it with Bray Wyatt, which that would have hugely pushed Bray Wyatt if they would have done it. But
It should have, but isn't Bray Wyatt supposed to sign with AEW next too?
they claim that they haven't been in talks with him, but you know how that goes. They're not gonna.
They're not going to show it.
I honestly think he either goes to AEW or Impact Wrestling. But even if he went to Impact Wrestling, they got that deal with AEW. So in a way, you can honestly say, well, he can still work with both. So
I don't know. We'll see.
then we're gonna be doing. I'm gonna start doing the interview series again too. Ogden, somebody. I'm gonna have to get. I'm gonna have to get you on here and start picking your brain.
Are you going to interview Rose?
I did that with the last channel. I should probably do it again. I mean, Steven's a very interesting character.
Right. He definitely is.
So where are you at on the standings with his tournament? Like, are you at
Well, right now I think I'm second place in my division, so I'm not going in expecting too much. Even like I said before, Teeb, though, even if I win, it's like not going to change anything because I know I'm probably going to just get $50 again. So I mean, it is what it is, but it's not like it's a big deal to me if I win it again. I mean, I've won it 2 times in a row. I mean, who else could say that besides one other person that was in this tournament?
Yeah, but you gotta hope that you could be the guy that gets the three-peat. You know, be the first guy ever to go back to back to back to back. So you could be like a dynasty.
That would be kind of something.
It would be something.
But even if I don't win it this year and I come back and rebound the next year and win a third one, I mean, we'll just have to wait and see. Like, there's still a lot of football to be played. I mean, I'm surprised that there was another guy in my division that got 14 wins. I thought I got the standing lead, but oh well. Like I said, when the playoffs come, that's definitely the decider right there.
I always did well during the season, but when it came to the playoffs, I always ended up getting put out. So, yeah.
Definitely a different animal.
And you know that Travis dude, he's still upset about the fact that he still thinks it's a good controversy that when you guys faced when the Packers faced the Cowboys in the playoffs, that Des Bryant got that touchdown.
Right. I mean, like I said, if you look back on what Rodgers did this season when the Niners got that touchdown, would it have really made a difference? Because, I mean, you would have still gave Rodgers lots of time, and he would have drove down the field and got a field goal or a touchdown and win the game. So,
right.
Would it have made a difference?
I don't think it would have made a difference, honestly.
I mean, they kind of saved him in a way, and then we come back. Then they face us again in the playoffs, and we beat them again. So, it is what it is.
Hey, one thing I'll say to that is if you're Green Bay, you better kiss Aaron Rodgers' ass.
I know. I feel like this is going to be his final year, regardless of what happens. But I think it would be a perfect ending if he goes to Super Bowl, wins it for us one more time.
He's been so close.
Right? I mean, maybe this is the final. I guess you bring the band back, you bring him and Cobb back. So I'm surprised they haven't tried to bring back Clay Matthews for more run.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised by that. He's a free agent, isn't he? Just sitting there. Or is he on another team?
No, he's a free agent.
Oh, okay.
Well, they did get that guy from the Cowboys, Jalen Smith. So hopefully he turns out good.
Well, that's a good middle linebacker to have. So yeah. Also, we got FWE coming up. Last ever two wrestling FWE shows coming up on here. Leon's working on a trailer for me for the intro, so I'm just waiting on that.
And that's our final goodbye then, basically.
It'd be a last hurrah. Not sure if those guys are going to find out about it or not. If they do, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be running all your life.
Well, I mean,
if they find out, if they find out and they have like that much animosity towards us, I mean, it's been like how long since that happened? About like 5 years now.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe not even 5 years. Was it like 2 or 3 years or something?
Since 2018 was last time I talked to them was 2019. So I guess you can clarify that. I mean, for you guys, it probably would have been a lot longer, but
probably. I mean, the nightmares, the trauma you had to go through because of that, the stress and stuff.
Well, I'm a lot wiser now. So it's one of those things.
A lot of stuff going on in that time though too. Also, we don't have to put in the detail on here. We already know, you and me know.
Yeah.
So I mean, if they find out about it, I mean, it is what it is. They'll probably find out anyways.
Eventually, what I might do, I'll get is go on your channel and I might explain what exactly happened the whole time.
Yep.
And I know some of them are subbed to one of them. I think is subbed to Steven and another one's subbed to Leon. But it's even if they see it, it doesn't matter.
Right. I don't even think they're still doing their thing though. I don't know. But I mean, it's not like we're not in competition with them anymore. It's just the fact that we're just doing this, and then after that, we're done. We're not coming back ever again. So.
Nope.
That's it. That's the end of it. So,
yeah, I mean,
everything has to come to an end eventually, right?
Well, yeah, the FW WrestleMania is going to be a 2-night event. I need to learn how to do it again on here, where you can do like the live, where you record it, but you have it like set for a certain premiere. I got to learn how to do that again. But
it's definitely worth having the commentary for it, because I mean that's what people watched it for in the beginning, anyways. Is the commentary? They didn't care about the match.
Yeah, some people. Well, I worked on commentary on one of the two of the matches, but apparently, the player that I used to edit it, the voice was a little like. So
yeah.
So I have to like. I was like looking at it. I was like, well, that voice is gone. But night one, you and Nick Fargo are main eventing night one.
And then night two, you got you and Lisa Craven.
Yep.
Wow. Should be interesting then.
But some of the dream matches that we'll get to see that are not us, that are not FWE guys.
Right.
In night one, you'll get to see AJ Styles versus Shawn Michaels.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Let me look at my list here real quick. You get to see Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to see Hogan versus John Cena. That's going to be in night one. And in night one also, you'll get to see some members of the X Division. You'll get to see some legends come in there for the television championship. Thorne's going to be facing Terry Funk, Raven, Cactus Jack, and Tommy Dreamer in a death match. Night one, you're also going to see Tessa Blanchard versus Charlotte Flair. And then in night two, you'll have Goldberg versus Stone Cold, Undertaker versus Sting, and you'll get to see Duke Botters versus Kenny Omega and Okada. So yeah, you get to see some legends mixed in there.
Must be interesting.
I should have put you versus Bruce Lee, but I just didn't get a chance to put it in there. I was like, man, I should have put you versus Bruce Lee. That would have been perfect.
And then you also want to go with you remember that whole incident with Ferris? Remember the Dash? You remember Dash got pissed off because he was gonna be in the main event, and then fucking Ferris was threatening his Taliban family members or something.
Yep.
So how did that situation end up happening? What you were gonna give Dashy finally a title shot or something?
I'm gonna do something. Dashy and Ferris get to be in a Hell in a Cell, so we get to see. Can Dashy finally get rid of that little annoyance of Ferris Muhammad, or will he get screwed again? I mean, to this day, I still crack it up over the fact that we had that FWE versus WWE event, and he was facing Kane, and all of a sudden, Fandango screwed Dashy. That was just perfect.
Now the funniest part is that he lost that match. He's the only one out of FWE that lost.
Yeah.
Next to Fandango. I guess Fandango really wants Dashy to be his dance partner. Oh my god. And then, yeah, Fandango helps Kane win.
Oh my gosh. Also, by the way, guys, you can follow both of us on TikTok.
Right.
Some of y'all are interested in TikTok. I'm still trying to learn that.
Right. You're not gonna do like the whole dancing and stuff, are you? Or are you just gonna do like the lip sync or something?
Oh, I might do the dancing. I might do the triple dancing like you did with multiple.
Multiple. Oh, yeah. 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 Should be fun.
Man, when I saw that, I was like, whoa.
Oh yeah. So who do the Titans play next?
We play Buffalo and
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, we play Buffalo at Monday night, and then we have Kansas City next week after that.
Worst case scenario, I think you go 1-1.
Yeah, worst case scenario, we go 1-1. Titans usually do well against against playoff teams for some reason.
Yeah.
So we'll see what they do with that. I would hope to go 2-0, but I will take a 1-1.
Right.
Right after that, we go to Indianapolis to face the Colts. So
that should be a win.
So I don't see no reason why we don't win the division, even if we go like 8-9 or 9-8. I still see us winning the division, no matter where we end on that. But hey, everybody in the comment section below later on, if you see the video, because I know StreamYard doesn't show the video until a couple hours later, which is weird about StreamYard. But anybody that's seen it, if you guys like Halloween movies, you like horror movies, you guys see the video later, just put the comments down below with what some of your favorite Halloween films are. And I think we should start going back. I remember when me and you used to troll people on Omegle.
Yeah, we could do that again. Definitely. Be fun.
Maybe I might get Dashy on here to interview Dashy.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Because I have to ask him whether or not
He
Roby
was pissed off about the Packers game. I saw that. And then Ferris trolling Dashy saying, "Yeah, you should have took Jet Toner."
I should ask Dashy if Roby Reds really is his dad.
Right? Maybe. He said, "Yeah." I said, "Oh, Ruby Ray is not my daddy." But she said it in the video, though.
Hmm.
Right?
With ketchup and mustard all over you.
Right. And the funny part is, you didn't even have to do the bet because it was a tie.
Well, I told Steven that I would do some small hate week videos, and I'm gonna do one on jagging off when they face the Jags again, and then I'll do some with Steven. They all know how I was with the hate weeks back then. I'm a lot more vicious now.
Right?
And now with having FaceApp and TikTok at my disposal, that's even worse for you.
Right. So that's the way it's gonna be.
I mean, me and Matt were the guys that had a guy threatening to call the cops on us. So there you go.
Yeah, that was funny. God definitely knows whatever happened to him.
Well, I have no idea.
He didn't commit suicide or something.
I hope not. I mean, I hope he didn't go that low and do that. But I don't wish that on anybody. But
He did seem like the suicidal type, though.
yeah, he did.
Oh God. But yeah, may Godspeed for him. Hopefully he's doing well. Hopefully
Yeah, I actually hope he is.
he found himself a girl or something, maybe. Because I sure know one person that claims he has a hot supermodel girlfriend.
Oh, we're talking about Bruin Steel.
Yeah. I guess his dad really must have really talked sense into him or something. Make him believe that he has a supermodel girlfriend.
Well, that's some people live in that world where they feel like
You know,
that
we
they're
got a fucking guy at my work now that's bragging about having a girlfriend all the time, and then we ask him a simple question, "What's your girlfriend's last name?" And he says, "I don't know my girlfriend's last name." So I mean, what did that tell you right there?
how can you not know your girl's last name?
That's what I want to know too. And then apparently, I guess he has an ex-Mexican wife or something that's going to get executed next month or something. And he said, "I got to request that day off." Like, this guy is definitely a storyteller. And then I got another guy on Dish there. I guess he's a storyteller too. He said, "Yeah, I got a girl. We were going to get engaged or something." He said, and then he said he's in jail for 9,000 days because she took $9,000 from him or something. So I mean, definitely got some storytellers at my work.
Well, hey, Bruin Steel, if he thinks that his blow up doll is his
Right.
if he thinks his blow up doll is his supermodel girlfriend, I mean, hey, it's more power to him.
Right. I know he's depressed because his Steelers suck now.
Yeah, you know, we'll do a sports talk here soon. Like whenever you're available again, we'll do a sports talk. So that way we can clear the air about the Steelers because I still feel like Ben Roethlisberger should have retired, but that's just me.
At least the Packers beat him. I'm thankful for that. And then we beat the Bengals, so now we got to face the Bears next. So I think that's definitely should be a win by the Packers. But you know how divisional rivals go.
Yep.
So we'll see.
So we can't really put Halloween. We can't put Halloween ends in until that comes out, which that comes out I think next year, as a matter of fact. Yep. So
wait till next year.
Wait till next year you get to see it. So then we'll be like, I don't know if any of them. I don't think any of these are gonna beat the original Halloween though. I don't see it happening, but
I'll be shocked if they do.
You know what would probably beat it if they put instead of Michael Myers, they had Joe Biden with a knife.
Oh, yeah. because he's already senile as it is.
Yeah. But anything else you want to add, Matt, to the Halloween?
I think that's all that we had to say. I mean, I think we said enough what we had to say. I think it's gonna be I think it will be a good Halloween movie, though.
Well, I'll clarify this before I end it. Mel was Melissa was upset because she liked the idea of Lori being Michael's sister, and when they took it away, it was kind of like,
Right.
and I have a buddy of mine too who was upset about it because he was like, "Why would you change it?" I'm like, "This is what Carpenter wanted." And they're like, "Well, screw Carpenter."
And the guy's definitely. I mean, I guess to honor him, that's why they did that, though. I mean, he's without Carpenter, there's no Halloween. So, I mean, I guess the least they could do is, and maybe they'll honor his dream of having the anthology too, with the whole Halloween 3 thing after too. So maybe they'll keep that alive too for him.
Yeah, I think that's what will happen. Now, if that happens after the Halloween franchise you're talking about, this trilogy, if they decide to do Season of the Witch again, let's let it just be called Season of the Witch.
Yeah, it's called Season of the Witch. You don't have to call it Halloween Season of the Witch. And I don't think they will call it Halloween Season of the Witch. I think they'll just call it something different, though. That's what I think.
Well, this is the like I said, you guys, later on, y'all see it. Just give me some of y'all favorite Halloween films. Where would you rank it from top to bottom? Matt's already gave his. I gave mine. So really ain't not much else to say, but say we're done.
Definitely looking forward to Halloween Kills.
Again, I'll promote it. If you guys want to go to the theater, watch it. If not, if you do have a streaming device, where you have a Roku or whatever streaming device you got, or you can do it on your laptop. Go to your Peacock. You can get $4.99, $9.99, and you can watch it in the comfort of your own home.
Yep. I mean, my opinion though, if I would choose, I would say probably the Peacock, because you don't have to worry about people distracting you at the movie theater when you're trying to enjoy a movie.
Yeah, there's some that like to flash fucking lights and be loud and stuff. Yeah, I agree with that. I'd rather watch in the comfort of my own home.
And you can get it. It'd be probably a lot cheaper too. You could probably buy those cheap ass popcorns at the grocery store.
Mel eats those popcorn like they're candy.
Really?
Yeah, she will pow up popcorn.
I hope you guys have yourself some good popcorn and watch it on a good. Can you watch it on your TV, or do you have to watch it on your laptop?
We have a streaming device on our TV that we can watch it on. So yeah,
That's good. You guys are definitely ready for it. October 15th.
Yep, this Friday.
It's Friday coming up. Should be interesting. Too bad I have to work, but I'll probably watch it on the next day I'm off or something, maybe.
Yeah, like I said, you could probably watch it at any time during the day or whenever you're off. You can see it.
Right. It'll be definitely something to watch.
All right, man. Well, we're out, guys, and hope you guys get a chance to see Halloween Kills, and let us know your comments below what you think of the Halloween franchise and where you would rank the Halloween movies. And we're out.
See ya.